Hi, welcome to a video on taking the derivative of a natural log function. However, it's a much more complicated function that's going to involve a product rule. Okay, so let's take our problem here and sort of observe what we've got going on. So we have this x cubed over 3 being multiplied by our natural log of x. So right there, that is going to be where we're going to need to do a product rule. So we'll apply our product rule here. Minus, and then we have this part, which that's just going to be a straightforward one. Now, before I do that, let me rewrite this function. I think sometimes it's more helpful. That x cubed over 3 can throw people off. I'm going to just write it as as 1/3 x cubed times natural log of x minus, and x cubed over 9, I'm going to write that as 1/9 x cubed. So just rewriting it in a form that I think will be a little easier for us to work with. Okay, so our product rule. So I think of our product rule this way. It's f prime times g plus our g prime times f. And on my function, this is my first function, f, and this is my second function, g. So I'm going to follow the product rule. All right, so here it goes. So f prime of x starts this way. If I do the derivative of the first function, 1/3 is a coefficient that's going to stay there. And then the derivative of x cubed is 3x squared. That's f prime. I write down g times log of x plus, now I do the derivative of g, so g prime is 1/x, and I multiply that by f, which is 1/3 x cubed. So all of that's my product rule, minus, and then I still have to do the derivative of this last term, so let's keep 1/9 there, and that's a coefficient, so that's going to multiply by the derivative of x cubed, which is 3x squared. Whoops, I'm running off the side there, 3x squared. All right, well, let me go back, though, to this part here and just sort of identify a little bit so we're clear that this here, this is my f prime times the g. This right here was my g prime multiplied by my f. That was my product rule. All right, so what I need to do here is to try to make things look a little nicer. Let me start with this. I can here with this 1/3 and a 3, I could do a cross canceling there. Also over here, 1/x with the x cubed, I could cancel an x there, and let's cancel an x here and make this guy an x squared. Also on this term, 1/9 and a 3, let me cancel 3 with 1/9 and make that 1/3. Okay, that's a lot of cross canceling. So what I'm left with would be here x squared times log of x plus, I've canceled here, so I've got a 1/3 x squared minus, here I have a 1/3 x squared. Well, now that's going to be convenient. So we have these opposite terms, 1/3 x squared and minus 1/3 x squared, so those are just going to cancel out. It's not always going to happen, but in this case, that was very nice. All right, so my derivative is x squared times the natural log of x. All right, now there was a second part to this. It said get the derivative, but then it also wanted me to get the derivative, so find f prime at e cubed. So all I'm going to do to accomplish that is plug in e cubed. So here we go. I'm going to plug in x is the e cubed, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of cleaning up here. All right, so f prime of e cubed is going to be, plug e cubed in here for the x, that's got the squared on it, natural log, and plug in e cubed. All right, so we have a power rule. E cubed to the second power, the rule is you multiply the powers, so that's going to be e to the 6th. And now our natural log of e cubed, all right, this right here. Let me remind you of this rule where the natural log and the e are inverses. That if you have the natural log of e to the x, that's just equal to x. So on this, what I have, this natural log of e cubed, is just going to be 3. All right, here's my answer, 3e to the 6th. Now, that's a number that if you like, you could type it in your calculator and get the decimal value for it, but I say just leave it exact. Just leave your answer 3e to the 6th. If they ask for a decimal, type it in, round it off, and you're good. Okay, I hope this has been helpful.